So there's a sutra or a story from uh, a while back called the Vimalakirti Sutra, and apparently it came out around the year 100 CE or so. But it's talking about this enlightened layperson, Vimalakirti, during the time of the Buddha. And Vimalakirti is sick, and he's staying like in his small little hut, his little house. He's married, he has children, he's this lay person. But the Buddha has all of these like very wise bodhisattvas go and visit him. And they do, and each time it's like Vimalakirti points to aspects of their understanding that are lacking. So Vimalakirti's kind of besting each of these bodhisattvas as they go, pay their respects to him, see how he's doing. So he's kind of uh, encouraging them to go deeper in their practice, in their search for truth. And it's interesting because uh, at towards a koan basically comes out of this. In one of the koan manuals, it says, "Attention, Vimalakirti asked Manjushri." Manjushri is seen as like the pinnacle of wisdom, like the bodhisattva of wisdom. He says, "What about a bodhisattva entering the non-dual Dharma gate?" So this kind of realm of non-duality, this world of non-duality. Manjushri replies, as I understand it, with regard to all dharmas, there are no words or speech, no revelation or knowledge, and it is separate from all conversation. This is entering the non-dual Dharma gate. Thereupon Manjushri questioned Vimalakirti, saying, "All of us bodhisattvas have had our say. Venerable sir, now you should expound about a bodhisattva entering the non-dual Dharma gate." Vimalakirti maintained silence. So his response was to be silent. So it's interesting how, so before Manjushri gives his answer, all of these other wise, advanced practitioners have given theirs, and they're kind of describing this place of oneness. And then Manjushri, he comes in and he actually says, well, it's as soon as you say, well, he's saying essentially, it's not this, it's not the words, it's not the speech, it's not knowledge, it's not enlightenment. So pointing like almost like a step further to the difficulty or the impossibility of describing this world of the non-dual. And Vimalakirti, though, actually doesn't say anything. So, um, in a way, Manjushri is taking it a step further, but he's also saying something about it. So, as soon as you say something, you create something else, or you're creating like an image, you're creating a picture, um, you're creating something. I like the description of Manjushri's answer. Um, since the other 31 bodhisattvas had used words to dispense with words, Manjushri uses no words to dispense with words. At once he swept everything away, not wanting anything, and considering this to be the Dharma gate of non-duality. He certainly didn't realize that this was the sacred tortoise dragging its tail, that in wiping away the tracks it was making traces. A sea tortoise comes out of the sea and lays her eggs in the sand. When she heads back into the sea, she tries to cover up her flipper steps by wiping them away with her tail. But then she's leaving the traces of her tail in the sand. Manjushri is trying to wipe everything away, but he's still leaving traces. So it's interesting how then Vimalakirti is just he's just embodying this. He's pointing towards this not to place. This he's not pointing towards it, he's being it. He's showing it, he's expressing it. Um, like think about when you're in a forest. Like the trees aren't pontificating about like the non-dual, the oneness world. They're just like it's just shining out of every leaf. Think about the rivers, think about the ocean, think about the mountains. These landscapes, they're just like expressions of truth, expressions of like the oneness of all of this. So Vimalakirti is really not standing on his pedestal and talking about it, not like that finger pointing to the moon that image gets used in Zen sometimes. Like he's embodying just the moon itself. So his silence is showing or pointing these bodhisattvas deeper. It's pointing to something within them, something within all of us that we have access to. And it's just a matter of reconnecting with, resting back into, and being. And we can live from this place of stillness, this place of silence, even in the midst of everything that we're doing. We can know this like embodiment, this embodied presence and a deep connection, this non dual place where we're not like separating ourselves, we're not like watching life from the outside, we're fully stepping into it and we're being it, we're acting as it. So I really like this little short kind of koan snippet from that Vimalakirti Sutra. I often want to talk my way through like my understanding. Oh yeah, meditation practice is this. Um, deep connection and knowing is like this. But he's kind of uh, pointing everyone actually beyond that to something that's more intimate, more always here that we have access to. So it's like an expression rather than an explanation.